I call the member for Hindmarch.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Deputy Speaker, today I rise to congratulate a very special group in my electorate in South Australia and indeed across Australia, and that is the Greek Orthodox Archdiocese of Australia for their energy and their commitment and their initiative in fundraising. They've been fundraising to assist the people in Greece who are homeless, who are destitute, who have lost their jobs because of the financial crisis. And they have raised funds here in Australia, over $320,000 under the auspices of His Eminence Archbishop Stylianos, and they've sent over $320,000 to be distributed to different homeless centres, such as the Homeless Foundation in Athens, for the provision of meals centre, which feeds over 1,200 destitute people every single day in Athens. Deputy Speaker, these soup kitchens or homeless centres are struggling to cope with the demand at the moment with so many people out of work. The economic crisis has been cruel, especially to workers, but crueler still to older people living on very meagre pensions and those who depended on their children to support them, and their children today, many of them have lost their jobs. 1 in 5 people in Greece are now unemployed, along with over half of the nation's young people. That's 20% unemployment and around the 50% for young people. These are absolutely shocking statistics, and it's been terrible to read about the sharp increase in suicides that have taken place in Greece since the economic crisis began. In the past, these homeless centres mainly served immigrants, many of whom were struggling to survive, refugees, and the Deputy Mayor told me when I was there recently that they estimate around 500,000 unauthorised migrants living in the centre of Athens. It's an astronomical issue that they have to deal with, as well as the global financial crisis and their economic crisis. But now 3 in 4 people eating at soup kitchens are actually locals who rely on the handouts to survive. Deputy Speaker, I was fortunate to be there just recently in my role as a board member of the World Hellenic International Association, and I took the opportunity to visit one of these organisations which is working so hard to support the people in need, and one of the organisations that benefited out of the fundraising that was done here under the Orthodox Archdiocese. So with the help of the Australian Ambassador to Greece, Mrs Jenny Bloomfield, and the Deputy Mayor of Athens, we arranged a visit to one of these centres. The Deputy Mayor, Mr Provatas, was a magnificent man who was so committed to trying to help the destitute and homeless people in the city of Athens. And along with the Ambassador, who does a great job in Athens for Australia, we were accompanied by the President of the Shelter for the Homeless, Mr Apostolopoulos, who was a councillor, and I'm very thankful for him for the time that he took to explain the current situation. And what we saw there was both uplifting because of the enormous energy by volunteers to assist, but very deeply sorrowful as well.
Time has expired. I call the member for Durack.